Hello YouTube, it's Accurate again, back with a new video from the home studio.
Accurate Beats.
And even though there's a lot of worrying and negative things going on in the world right now, I think this is a good time for me to try to focus on the positive and be thankful and happy for the smaller things in life. And I just got an okay from my landlord to remove my 2 closets that have taken up so much unnecessary space in my home studio. I've used one of them for storage of cables and microphones and things that I don't need daily, and the other one is half of that, plus a lot of jackets and coats and, family storage. And if you've seen any of my videos before, you might know that I've struggled a bit with how to furnish and lay out my entire studio. Now my desk is over here, which is kind of nice, but it used to be over there, and I've even tried to have the studio desk in front of my window, which was just a disaster. And even though it's not the biggest thing in the world, just having these 2 big closets removed from the studio will hopefully make a lot of difference, and I'm able to use this wall for synths and gear and stuff. I'm not really sure yet, but I think my plan is to put my desk back to that wall and then be able to have things on my left and right hand side of me to be able to access more of my gear. So the closets themselves are kind of semi-built into the wall, so it's not going to be super easy to just take them out, but at least I'm allowed to do it now. So this is kind of how my studio looks at the moment. So this is my desk and this is where I'm sitting at the moment, and that's the Kallax shelf with all my records and the record player and my Jupiter XM. That right there is the door into the studio, and that's a window going out. And I also have this door back here that goes into a little storage space itself. That's not removable, it's just a door to another small room. And these are the 2 closets that I'm talking about, so just not being able to use that wall has been kind of an issue. So now I'm able to get rid of them, which feels super nice. So step 1 will be to just take out all the stuff in here and see what I'm working with. By the way, I'm not a handyman by any means. I don't know my way around stuff like this, but I'm gonna do my best to remove them without destroying too much of them and, try to be as gentle as possible. And thinking of this right now, I'm probably gonna have to repaint that entire wall when I've removed them, because I don't know how it looks behind them. But yeah, let's get going.
Never dying, always living. Yes, stand clear. Always living. Never dying.
That's the best and most accurate thing that we can go by.
So it's day 2 now, and I kind of got finished with cleaning out the closets yesterday, and I've sorted some things out, even though it's kind of a mess in here. So let's just keep going. Okay, so it's all cleaned out and empty, and now I think my next step is to remove that thing back there in order to get the whole thing to release from the wall, because it's not connected in the back here anywhere. So let's try that. So the next step is to just get rid of them and take them down to the basement for storage. And so now it's day 3 of this project, and yesterday I just had to call a friend of mine to help me carry the closets down to the basement. And since the wall wasn't white behind the closets, I just had to fix that, and let's start by masking some things off. And at that point, I just didn't want to film anymore. I just wanted to work and get going with the project. And well, now I'm kind of done. At least I'm done with that work and setting up like 2/3 of my studio. And if I turn the camera around, it looks decent enough. But if I move, it's still kind of a mess and I have some more work to do there, even though I'm kind of happy with this right now. But let's focus on the nice 2/3 of the room.
Accurate.
So I'm really happy about this and I'm so excited to keep on making music and videos in here. And from now on, to be able to show stuff like this on camera without being worried about those two big white ugly closets, it's just great. It's going to be more fun to do stuff in here. And now when I think about it, I can almost fit both sides of the setup in one single shot like that. So that's cool. So yeah, this is one of the projects that I chose to put some time into now when I'm at home, kind of being quarantined, kind of not. Being in Sweden right now is a little bit weird because we kind of taken some precautions, but for instance, a lot of the schools are still open and everyone's allowed to be outside and around people, even though we should kind of avoid big gatherings and stuff. However, it's a really serious situation and a lot of us are just staying indoors, trying to avoid people as much as possible. And well, throwing out a couple of really ugly big closets to make my studio a little bit bigger seemed like a good idea. When everything is perfectly set up and nice and tidy and everything is running the way I want it to run, I'm gonna make another studio tour video, so if you have any questions about the studio, drop them on this video and I'm gonna try to answer them in that one. And I know this was kind of a weird video, I hope you kind of liked it anyways. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Until then, ha det gott!
Accurate beats.